Just a heads up. Don't yell, don't scream, don't punch your screen. But Representative Brian Mast calls on Israel to destroy everything Hamas touches. So that means, hey, devastate the city of Rafah. Now, 1.5 million people live in Rafah. And we've already been seeing the imagery of the attacks that are happening there in that city. But Code Pink decided to have a conversation with this guy. Now, I don't know if he has a touch of humanity in him, but even the things that are happening there, it's not phasing him, not one bit. Representative Brian Mast, tell the people how you really feel.
Now that Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire, do you think Israel should agree to a ceasefire?
I think Israel should go in there and kick the shit out of them. Just absolutely destroy them, their infrastructure, level anything that they touch. Clear enough?
Congressman, the world is
So, hey, blow them all up. What about men, women, and children, civilians? Blow them up.
calling for a ceasefire. You used to say Hamas won't agree to a ceasefire. Hamas had just agreed. It was a proposal put forward by Egypt, Qatar. You know, CIA Director William Burns has been there negotiating.
You know what? If there's an American held or somebody else being held, there should be every expectation that Americans come and kill them as well. If there's an American being held, we should go kill the people that are holding them.
Why are you so hateful?
It's not hateful.
It is, because my people are Palestinian. You're killing my people with our tax dollars. And you saying that
Those
everything
people should associate themselves with terrorists. They shouldn't vote terrorists into office.
We keep
like
saying
Hamas.
to you,
They
the
should
Israel is the terrorist.
Palestinian Islamic
Israel
Jihad,
is the terrorist.
Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, Lions.
Now, hold on. He's saying that, oh, maybe the people shouldn't have elected Hamas. This is why I love Hotspot. And give a huge shout out to Nico House as well. And, of course, RBN, because I'm going to be playing a video that would make Brian Mast's head just spin for days.
Fatah, all those terrorist
we
organizations
say to you
that are
every
part of the
single
Palestinian
time,
people.
majority of people are children. They're the ones that are bearing the brunt.
Just because you say it doesn't
Oh.
make it true, which
You
is
don't
what you
believe that
constantly.
it's children?
Let me say this very clearly. I literally
you
don't
give
believe
me
a
this?
word that you say.
Well, I think that you are a heartless, soulless, cruel man. And today is Holocaust
From you,
Remembrance Day
I'll
for
take
my
that as a
people,
compliment.
my people, Jewish people.
So he's either trolling her or this is stuff he believes in, or he's doing both. Hey, sometimes, let's listen, folks, especially to the vote blue no matter who crowd, especially those that still hold and believe, oh, there's good moderate Republicans. Listen to me very carefully. There are far more brutal, heartless people than Donald Trump out there, okay? And unlike Trump, who's going to be, if he does get elected, he'll serve another 4 years, and then that's it. Congressmen and women and U.S. senators can be elected for many, many, many years. And they can be just as heartless or even that worse than Trump.
And I am saying, as a Jew, we said never again, and it's happening now. We say
You are
never
so
again.
hateful and disgusting. It's a shame. You are a crime against humanity.
So let's talk about it. Netanyahu, right here, see, it's a shout out to Nico House. Netanyahu writes a secret letter to Qatar in 2018 asking the country to give $30 million per month to Hamas. Yes, the same Hamas that he claims is waging a war to eliminate. Something ain't adding up. Nico, take the floor, please.
Netanyahu, you got some splaining to do, because according to this recently leaked info, he reached out in 2018 through a secret letter to request that Qatar send $30 million to Hamas. Oh, excuse me. Did I say $30 million? I meant $30 million per month. Now, the news that Netanyahu and Israel had something to do with uplifting Hamas to replace the previous administration in Gaza isn't really all that new. But that's more like 2007, 2008 news. But this is saying that he requested the $30 million per month to be sent to Hamas in Gaza in 2018. And
What? But Netanyahu said to the U.S. government and to our media, oh, we got to stop these guys. These bad guys came out of nowhere. Why are you asking to give them money? Why are you giving them money, honey?
Like you, I have so many questions that need to be answered right now. See, he sent this letter in secret, claiming that if they sent this money every month, it would reduce the incentive for terrorist attacks from Gaza into Israel, but would also help prevent a humanitarian crisis there. And that sounds real good, in theory. But BB, if your goals were really altruistic, why didn't you just send the letter and then make a public declaration of your intentions rather than sending a letter in secret that you hoped no one would find? And if your intentions and goals were truly to get this money into Gaza and prevent a humanitarian crisis, why wouldn't you work with other allies in the region and around the world of Palestine to help raise this money? And let's be honest, Israel itself has plenty of money that they could have also used to fund this cause. And I would know, considering I'm American, so we know they're using my money to help write some of them goddamn checks. So I know y'all got the money, y'all good for it. And if you were...
Don't you hate it when you know someone's got the money and they don't pay it? Hey, how did this happen? Oh, that's right. Forgot. Got to share this again one more time. Here. And these just 12 U.S. senators. 12 U.S. senators. Republican senators, by the way. Again, got to give a huge shout out to Turtle Boy Mitch McConnell, Little Boy Rubio, and the Zodiac Killer's son, Ted Cruz. Man, they really know how to twerk for that million. Mitch McConnell knows how to twerk for that 1.95 million. Ted Cruz knows how to go for 1.5 million. Little Boy Rubio, you know, he's got to get it. He's got to up his game, but he's at a solid, cool 1 million. But at least none of them are weak like good old Cassie Boy Britt. I mean, look, 102K. What a loser. Weak old loser. Weak old loser. You ain't bringing in that money.
Sending secret letters to Qatar for them to send $30 million a month to Hamas in Gaza to prevent a humanitarian crisis. Why the hell did y'all in 2018, the same year you sent the letter, cut off fresh water supplies to Gaza, creating a humanitarian crisis? Please, me explica, por favor. Because when they cut off all that water in 2018, the irrigation wells used by farmers near the Gaza border collapsed. And it collapsed and caused a humanitarian crisis, the same type of crisis that Israel claims it's trying to prevent. And it only collapsed because Israel cut the tap off because they're the only ones who have control over it. So please, Lord, make it make sense. But now we arrive at the most obvious conclusion. They are waging a genocide in Gaza right now, to the point that they've been willing to endanger the lives of Israeli hostages. All for what purpose? Come on, y'all know the line. Say it with me now. The war will end when Hamas surrenders. But it seems to me that at least in some capacity, the only reason that y'all have to wage this quote unquote holy war is because Netanyahu made sure that Hamas had all the resources they needed up and until the date of October 7th. And on one side of his mouth, he's saying that the only reason that there is so much violence in the region is because of Hamas. But out the other side of his mouth, he's also claiming that they need $30 million a month. Otherwise, there would be a humanitarian crisis if Hamas didn't have the proper resources. But what?
So isn't that interesting? By the way, no one wants to talk about, again, how Israel's kind of supported Hamas. Don't say that out loud too much. That'll ruin the image. Because Netanyahu, right now, he's in his wag the dog moment. Walking the dog, wag the dog. That's what he's got right now. Because he's called for the total war and full occupation in Gaza. By the way, disregard the fact that there was a whole bunch of natural gas and other fossil fuels found off the coast of Gaza. There's no reason why you'd want to, monopolize on that. No reason why whatsoever. All of Gaza has been turned to a moonscape. So many men, women, and children are dying. And as we have reported, look, we are in, let's see, January, February, March, April, May, 5th month, right? So that means, folks, we got ourselves another 8 more months until the new year, right? And he's indicated that the war won't stop until 2025. That's what we've talked about in the past. Netanyahu's not going to stop any military operations whatsoever. He wants it done his way, and trust me on it. Our politicians are bought to turn a blind eye.
What he's actually saying is, I need someone to scapegoat in the region to justify the genocide that I will commit there, the destruction that I will bring there, so I can steal their land and blame Hamas. But they can only stay in power if they have the money to do so. But it's just that Netanyahu's name can't be on a check when it arrives in the mail. So are y'all peeping game yet? Sure, Hamas has been a thorn in the backside of Israel and Netanyahu, but it's a thorn that came from a bush planted by Netanyahu and Israel so that they can use that thorn as an excuse to burn down the entire forest. So if you are one of those ones who has such a problem with Hamas, well, don't look at Hamas leadership, look at Netanyahu, because effectively there would be no Hamas without Netanyahu. So now it's up to you, Zionists, to figure out why he decided it was such a great idea to fund who became one of your mortal enemies. Because we know damn well it ain't having near not a goddamn thing to do with a humanitarian crisis.
I want to pull up this little tweet here as well, because I want to be inclusive to the Democrats. Now, to be clear here, this wasn't AIPAC because they didn't find any direct receipts, but senators from Massachusetts have received the bulk of their Israel lobby money from J Street, not AIPAC. We did not find any receipts directly from AIPAC in this sweep. Hey, look, Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey. Man, whew. Now, again, not from AIPAC directly, but Jewish for Peace writes, our senators, Senator Warren and Senator Markey, are notably absent from demanding the U.S. government following its own laws to not support foreign military units that violate human rights, something Israel's been doing continuously, documented by Gazans and international observers. Shame! Warren, Elizabeth Warren, Senator Markey, what the F and F? I'll give a huge shout out now to Nick from RBN. Let's go ahead and play this video.
A group of Republican senators, led by Tom Cotton, Josh Hawley, and Mitch McConnell, is now threatening the ICC if they issue arrest warrants on Benjamin Netanyahu and his genocidal government. Bro, this letter is completely unhinged. It shows how the United States is ran by a bunch of criminals and thugs. In this letter, the Republican senators said that issuing an arrest warrant against Netanyahu will be in a direct violation of Israel's sovereignty, and any attack on Israel's sovereignty is an attack on the United States' sovereignty. This is the United States declaring war on the concept of international law. Not only did the United States threaten to go to war with the ICC as an institution, they also threatened the families of ICC officials. Can you imagine the reaction of the West if we had Hamas sending threatening letters to the ICC? If we had China or Russia threatening the ICC the way these criminal Republicans are? Do people understand that these Republican senators, by threatening and intimidating the judges at the ICC, that they themselves are breaking international law? This is why the ICC released a statement after being so blatantly threatened by Republicans that essentially say, hey bro, what the fuck? In their statement, the ICC claims they will not fall victim to threats and will not be intimidated. But let's be honest, man, we probably shouldn't believe them. Over the last 2 decades since its founding, the ICC has essentially served as puppets to the West, used to punish countries in the global South or who the West want to run propaganda campaigns against. This is why these cases and these stories are so important. The ICC, ICJ, UN, international institutions and international law is on trial just as much as Israel is right now.
So what can we take away from this? Well, Representative Brian Mast, he doesn't care about the information. He doesn't care about the facts. He doesn't care about what the people feel or what they're going through. None of these politicians do.